Hey everybody, hope you're having an awesome day today. So in today's video, we're going to be discussing my newest piece called Forces Align. And for those of you who know my style, my musical composition, my typical go-to style has always been the kind of like Disney, Nintendo kind of romantic sweeping kind of thing, orchestral cinematic music. But for this, I wanted to try something a little different. And I was inspired by a few friends of mine who do trailer music really well. And I wanted to kind of do like a trailer piece of my own. And so if you have a look in the session, well, I guess before we do that, let me just clarify a couple things regarding like trailer music and my impression of it. But just in general, like trailer music is one that you really want to stay simple. You don't want to do too much because usually there's a lot of other stuff going on. You have the sound effects, you'll have the movie dialogue, you'll have, a lot of other stuff that's going on that allows the music to be supportive and not necessarily in the spotlight all the time. And so that's kind of the approach I took with this. And I wanted it to sound authentic. I didn't want it to sound overly processed. Number one, because I can't do sound design myself. And number two, because I just like the sound of a live ensemble. And so that's kind of the approach I wanted here. And let's get into it. And if you haven't heard the original yet, or the video I've uploaded for Forces Align, let me just play through it and then we'll do the breakdown. So enjoy. Here we go. And there we go, cuts off right at 1 minute. And that's kind of the goal I wanted to aim towards. I actually wrote this piece for an upcoming library, like a library as in like a few people who are looking for new music to add to their catalog in order to pitch it to some, other forms of media later. And one of the restrictions was to keep it under a minute. It's a very good constriction because you don't want to do, you don't want to go overboard and go 2-3 minutes for something that is technically very simple, and it kind of forces you to do a lot within that allotted time. So let's go straight in. The first thing you'll notice is we start, with a basic string ostinato. This is in C minor, right? So it's going to be C, E flat. Those are kind of the highlighted notes. Da, 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 da. So C, E flat, D, E flat, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, 4, 2, 1. So you still get that kind of a resolution. Let me just show you what samples I'm using here. Let's see. Wait for it to load. So the number of string tracks actually isn't that much, right? It's like, what is it? Only 7 tracks? Yeah, so I've got like the cello doing the bulk of the work, but I've got a couple of high strings things here, violin and violas, equal amount doing the low stuff. That we got the cello and the basses, and again, another low strings patterns here. And then, some high strings, ostinato, just to layer in some extra. I don't want it to sound too bare bones, but I didn't want it to sound overly complicated either. So that was kind of the approach I went with. So let's see. So the basses give it that little extra emphasis. This is Sinistring's core, by the way. And then now we got this is the ensemble patch. Is it? Let me see. Oh, there it is, a viola, sorry. There we go. Let's actually see what these high strings are doing. Not actually sure where that's coming from. Maybe it's one of the higher violin sections. Oh, it sounds like Metropolis Arc, actually. Where are you? Where are you? That's probably somewhere else. That's okay. Anyway, yeah, that's Metropolis Arc 1 for sure. So anyway, I can't find it here just because, and that's another thing, guys. When you're working with these new tracks and you get inspiration right away, you just want to, it's not necessarily like, okay, I'm going to put in all the strings first, then I'm going to put in all the woodwinds, all the brass. It's usually not as calculated as that. It's kind of like, you put in one track at a time, and then something comes to mind. You're like, oh, I need to put that next part in. So then you'll put a, like a woodwind section in. Then maybe you'll put in a brass line, like a 12 horn legato thing. And then that just culminates into a huge mess of like all the stuff along the side, right? So then later you have to reorganize and organize it into a proper, lookable kind of thing. And so you won't necessarily be able to find everything in necessarily in one instance. So let's keep going here. So got the violins doing that, ostinato, high strings here. This kind of echoing the cello here at the top. I really wanted the high winds here. So that's Metropolis Arc 3, I believe, because they have really good percussive patterns with all the instruments. And it sounds like really, really good. So I layered that in there. This piece features a lot of Metropolis Arc 3, by the way. If you're looking for shorts, Cinestrings is a great one for those biting string shorts. And Metropolis Arc 3 is good for all-rounder, just short percussive instrumentation. So I like that that comes in. So already in the string section itself, you already get a lot of independence, right? Like it could pretty much stand on its own. It just needs a little bit of percussion to push it forward. But that combined with the winds sounds pretty cool. It gives it an authentic kind of feeling. So let's hear the brass, see what we got here. So we got the highs and then the lows here. Six horns legato, 12 horns legato. That's basically carrying the bulk of the melodic stuff later in the piece. Yeah, so by the way, this is Cine Brass, okay? Really, really powerful libraries, really good for trailer and just cinematic, powerful, bombastic stuff in general. So that's kind of wanted to go with. And I wanted a little extra bite in the low end, so that's why I had a tuba plus bass trombone staccato. Now, it's that kind of syncopated. It's like 1 and 2 and dun, 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, that kind of thing. So yeah, and actually went for 5/4 by the way in this key signature. So if I go over here, wait, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I didn't. Sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least that's kind of the feeling I was going for, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, that kind of thing. So that's kind of the idea. And then now the bulk of the stuff is in the percussion. So let's just kind of hear this all together and see what that sounds like. So where's the toms? Toms I really love is from Metropolis Arc 3. The bass drum is really, really powerful as well. So we got the timpani from Cineperk. This is the Metropolis Arc 1 strings high legato I was talking about. We got a boom, Metropolis Arc 3, the wood percussion ensemble. these little tiny details, when you add in things that have some high end in the what's it called, in the strikes, basically, like you have your rims, you have your shaker stuff that contains a lot of high end, your wood ensemble, these kinds of patterns. And when you vary those up too, they can create a sense of variety in your pattern. That's what actually makes the percussion heard a lot. Because without it, it actually sounds kind of just dull, and the low end kind of just builds up on itself. So having these elements will take your percussion to another level, in my opinion. Then the smarching bass drum ensemble is really nice. So Metropolis R3 again. Really fat bass drum. I wonder where that bass drum's from. If I can find it. Quite sure it's from Metropolis Arc. Oh, I have an instance of Rise and Hit here, actually. And that's that little bit of sound design that I wanted in there to make it sound extra, like, cinematic. So right there. So there we go. Yeah, I mean, in general, having the percussion doing a myriad of stuff, you can see here that not too many elements are lined up perfectly in time with each other. And that's kind of crucial. Like you want to have variety in your track and not not make it boring, right? So you'll have some hits in one area, you'll do different rhythms in one track and completely different ones in another. And finally, let's talk about the choir. So pan them, the males slightly left, the females slightly right. And so we get something like this. Just a little bit of a heroic and almost scary element to it in a way. Very human. This is from the Metropolis Arc 1. This is the the choir patches, the staccato ones. And it's great because they come by default with randomized syllables. Sorry, let me just get rid of this. And so, yeah, it sounds really cool. And it sounds like the people are actually singing something, that could be words. So anyway, yeah, but that's pretty much it. And in terms of the structure, I basically had almost like a 4-bar thing, and then I just repeated it over and over and over. And each time I wanted it to build in intensity and in sound. So slowly but surely, I added in elements that, delivered this extra punch that I wanted every single time. So first it was mainly strings and what else? Yeah, mainly just strings. And then bar 3. Now a little low brass in the end for some rumble. Now the percussion really starts. It's getting to the groove, And then choir comes in. More strings. Brass isn't doing that much yet, but now you got everything. Some epic hits from Arc 1. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't want this video to go too long, so we'll talk about mixing in a different video, and maybe do a general mixing video. But that's pretty much the production and the arrangement behind this piece, Forces Align. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know. I might have rambled a little bit, so I apologize for that. But I hope this gives you kind of a deeper look into my thought process behind this type of genre. And I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. So thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment and like if you'd like to see more of this stuff. And yeah, leave any comments about what you might want to see next. And I'll definitely get back to you and we'll have some fun. All right. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Okay. Bye-bye.